Can you, are the lights okay, Manny?
That's a good.
Okay.
For now.
All right, we're gonna get started here. I'm Bucks County District Attorney Matt Weintraub. I appreciate you all coming here to Bristol Township. This is a unique and special press conference because we have an announcement that we'd like to make in some cases that are not of very, very recent nature. In many cases where police have exhausted all known leads, we sometimes are able to offer a reward provided by the generosity of community stakeholders, and in one instance here, a fundraiser that one of the families has held, and I'll get into that. But the essence of why we're here is that the Bucks County Crime Stoppers, through donations from State Rep John Galloway and Tina Davis, I wish they were here with me, I did invite them, and a law firm of Stark & Stark, represented by a fellow Crime Stoppers board member, Tyler Tomlinson, are offering a separate reward in each of the following cases to bring the killers of Cache Monique Conover, Daniel Santiago, and Shaquille Love to justice. There is a $1,000 reward now being offered in the case for Cache Monique Conover, and a separate $1,000 reward being offered in the case of Shaquille Love's murder. And while Crime Stoppers is offering a $1,000 reward in the case of Daniel Santiago's hit-and-run killing, Mr. Santiago's family, who you see with me, along with Cache Conover's family and Shaquille Love's family, the Santiagos have also raised an additional $3,000 that they'd like to offer as a reward to help us solve this case and bring Daniel Santiago's killer to justice. I want to review these cases with you so that they're fresh in the public's mind as you think about whether you know something about any of these three horrific incidents. Because we've lost two young people just starting their lives, really, and a lifelong volunteer fireman. First, I want to talk about Cache Conover. Cache Monique Conover was 22 years old and lived in the neighborhood where she was shot and killed. She was found shot late on October the 27th of 2019 in an alley in the 2400 block of Bloomsdale Road, right here in Bristol Township. This case is being investigated by our office and the Bristol Township Police and will be prosecuted by Bob James, who is also present with me here. Daniel Santiago. He was 53 years old and he lived in Bristol Borough. At about 12:55 a.m. on June the 29th this year, Bucks County dispatchers received a 911 call reporting that a pedestrian was struck. The pedestrian was found in the 500 block of Bristol Pike and was found to be Daniel Santiago. He was riding a black bicycle on the right lane of the southbound side of Bristol Pike when he was struck. The person who called 911 did not witness the crash. Any involved vehicle likely has front-end damage. Santiago was a lifetime member, firefighter of the Bristol Goodwill Hose Company number 3. You can see his family at full presence here. There is a $4,000 reward offered for any information that leads to the arrest and successful conviction of Santiago's killer. Shaquille Love, another young man cut down just as he was beginning the prime of his life. He was 21 when he was murdered. He lived in Bristol Township. Police were dispatched to a shooting at 7:08 p.m. on December the 23rd of 2020 in the area of Edgeley Road and Marion Avenue. There, police found a Chrysler 200 stopped in the northbound lane of Edgeley Road, as Love was found dead inside. Our investigation showed that he was shot and killed through the driver's side window. He was shot in the head in what appeared to be a senseless murder with no apparent reason behind it. He leaves behind a family who is present with us, who loves him and who seeks justice for his murder. And I have to give credit where it's due. As you know, we can't offer a reward in every case. And frankly, this is a pretty unique situation. But in meeting with the Love family, I think it was about a month and a half ago, they were frustrated because of the lack of progress in their investigation. I also attended a fundraiser for Daniel Santiago's family in the hopes that they could come up with a reward, and they expressed similar frustration. In preparing for today and trying to gather up some additional reward money from Crime Stoppers members, I met with another community member, and she said to me, "What about Cache Conover?" I said, "Well, you're right. We can't leave anyone behind." So we want to include her in offering this reward to solve her criminal homicide as well. This is a unique, extraordinary situation, and it's not something that we do in every case, although I wish we could, and frankly, we'll see if this is successful. Maybe this is the start of something without promising more. But to put it plainly, anyone with any information on any of these cases should contact Bucks County detectives or Bristol Township Police detectives. Bucks County detectives can be reached through our Crime Watch site, which is bucksda.org, or you can call us at 215-348-6354, 215-348-6354. Bristol Township Police likewise can be reached at 215-785-4707. That's 215-785-4707. Frankly, many times a reward to solve a homicide is not necessary. And it might still not be necessary in this instance, in these three cases. But we're putting our money where our mouths are. If you have any information on these three cases, let us be the judge of how valuable or how relevant it is or can become. Please just come forward and tell us. The Conover, Santiago, and Love families deserve it. Let's help them get justice for their loved ones. Take any questions if you have them.
Yeah, has there been new information or feedback from the public while we're bringing these three cases back into the spotlight and offering a reward?
We have not, and that is part of our frustration. These cases, like all homicide cases, should be solved. Certainly not for lack of effort, but sometimes we need a break. And if it means that somebody is seeking a reward, that's a judgment-free situation for us. Sometimes a reward may compel somebody that's reluctant for fear of their own safety, or they just don't want to be involved. So we're trying something new here, in the hope that it'll help us push these investigations forward.
What about if somebody has a security camera that, you know, they might have caught something? I mean, but you might not know about that camera. I mean, you're still looking obviously for evidence in this.
Sure, we're not omniscient, Alex. We're not all knowing. I can promise you that these investigations have been very thoroughly conducted. It's a shame that we have not been able to catch the killers yet, but that's not for lack of effort and certainly for lack of resolve. That's why we're here. We want to continue to push forward in these investigations and in every homicide and every unsolved case. Anybody else?
Are there any other details you can share about these cases, or are we really at a dead end? I mean, I know that you're going over them quickly, but is there anything else that you can put out there that people need to be aware of in each one of these? Was there a car? Was there a person? Was there anything else that we can help to jog people's memory? Because, I mean, 2019.
That's a fair question, Deanna. I wish there were. I don't have those details, but what we can do is we can make the complaints and probable causes available again to you. But as far as any additional investigative details to release that have not been previously released, I don't have those. If I did and I could share them, believe me, I would, but I don't possess them. What I have is hope in my heart that this may cause somebody to step across that Rubicon and help us out, because these people sure deserve it for their family, their lost loved ones.
Speak to the reward issue again, and I apologize, I walked in here a little late. So there's some public money in the rewards, but then there's some private money, and folks have raised the money around this. Can you just sort of discern, sort of kick that out for me?
Sure. There's a I guess it's a nonprofit called Crime Stoppers. That's where we use to form our Push Out the Pusher program. And one of our, Tyler Tomlinson is one of our board members. He works for Stark and Stark. He's an attorney at Stark and Stark. And Representative John Galloway is a board member. And I approached them. Traditionally, we use that for to get tips on drug cases. But I approached him and said, we have a dead-end case here. I've met with the family, the Love family. Do you think we could repurpose some of that money to try to solve these homicides? And he said, yes, of course. And then I approached Representative Tina Davis, whose jurisdiction that these homicides have occurred in, and said, could you help us as well? And she said, yes, of course. And then Stark and Stark kicked in for a total of $3,000, $1,000 for each case. But then the Santiagos also told me that they have independently raised an additional $3,000. So in Daniel Santiago's case, the reward is $4,000. And it's these public, nonprofit, and private partnerships that we count on. This is what makes up our community. Community is only as good as the people that we serve well. And everybody deserves a shot at justice. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter how old your case is. We want to solve these cases, and we're not going to rest until we do, Jeff.
Has there been any new notable progression in any of these cases since the weeks after they happened?
No, I wish there were, Tom, but I can't report that. No.
What does it say about the fact that you have a man who's apparently driving in his car when he's shot through the glass? That's loud. Was he driving? I mean, that's loud. That's disruptive, and nobody has come forward to say.
Nobody has come forward with good, credible evidence. We believe people out there, you're talking about in Shaquille Love's
Yes.
case, we do believe there are people out there that know something that could help us. We do. Maybe this will give them some incentive to come forward. I don't know the answer to that, but that is my hope.
Was he driving? He's actually driving the vehicle at the time when he shot?
I'm not sure. Yes. Yes.
He was?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
It wasn't in park.
Pardon me?
The vehicle was operating and it was,
It was- He was either in the process of driving it or stopped somewhere, but it came to a stop on Edgley Road.
okay.
And for fear of misstating any of the
Yeah.
facts and unintentionally misleading you, I promise you I'll make sure that Manny gets you the complaint and probable causes because these cases are not fresh.
Would the family, would one of the family members, or all the family members, or spokespeople for the family members just step to the mic for a minute? And we promise to be kind and just ask for comments?
I did tell them that I would be doing the talking.
Sure.
I'm not sure if they're comfortable. I'll do a quick scan, Jeff, if anybody has interest. You're welcome to, but you should not feel any pressure to do so. Anybody want to come forward to the
Just to
microphone?
share, more about who they were, so people can understand that they were real people and not just a number.
Or a picture?
We
Or
have,
name.
these are the pictures,
Yeah, no, just a, other than
Essentially,
a picture.
what they're asking is, can you humanize your family members? You should not feel any pressure to do this. Okay, come on forward.
Thank you, ma'am.
And just tell us your name. Charmaine.
Spell it for us, ma'am.
CHARMANE, last name STEED.
You are related to?
I'm Cashay's mother.
Can you speak about her for us?
Cashay was 22 years old at the time of her death. She was a wild spirit. She liked to have fun. She was the life of the party. And tragically, we're here.
What do you want people to know about her?
She loved life. She loved people.
She lived in an area, or at least where it happened was an area where there's a lot of people. So those
Yes.
people who may have seen something or heard something, what's your plea to them?
I can't.
What's your plea to the people, the neighbors, the people in the area?
I wish someone would say something, because if it was their daughter or their son, they would want someone to come out and say something, and I'm not just saying it in my daughter's case, but in your case too. I knew Danny. I didn't know Shaquille, but my daughter did. And it's sad. It's sad. Like I said, everyone has this era where there's this no snitch thing. But if it was your child or your uncle or your nephew or your niece, how would you feel? You'll be standing right where we all are, asking the same thing.
Well, what was her aspirations? What did she want to do with her life?
And Shay loved children. She liked to take care of people. She just liked to laugh. She was loud and she laughed a lot.
This is a no pressure situation. If anybody else wants to come up, come forward.
My name is Nick Santiago, and I'm here representing my brother, Danny Santiago. My brother to me was not only my brother, but he was a hero to me. And I always will remember that for the rest of my life. Now, every time I will hear a fire alarm out there, or fire, it's gonna remember me for the rest of my life. My brother, I just want justice to serve out of this. I mean, there are people probably out there who know what happened to my brother, but they're scared to come out forward with this. As me being I consider my little brother, he would give you his shirt off and off his back. I, for one thing, what happened to my brother should never happen. There's so many cases out there that are hit and run and they just like to see it out. But I just want this to be I just want justice served, that's all. For me and my family. Because he didn't have to go this way, the way he did. Thank you.
I think that's all we have. Thank you. I'm gonna,
One more question.
Deanna?
What does it say about the fact that you have 3 killings, not related, same town, and here we all are? It's taking reward money to get information. I mean, that's a lot of killings in the same town.
They are spaced apart. They have absolutely
Nothing to do with each other, but we still don't have a lot of people coming forward. And now we're,
We have,
okay.
yeah, Shaquille's mom wants to come forward.
What's the water?
Good morning. My name is Shauna Love, and I'm Shaquille's mom. And I just want to say that he will always be in my heart. He was a loving, caring person. He helped everybody wherever he go. He was funny. I just want justice to be served. No one had the right to walk up to his car window and just shot him and shoot him. Somebody saw something or heard something, and I'm just asking that they come forward. Like Cashier's mom said, somebody saw something. It could have been your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. I'm just asking that somebody come forward so that we can put them to rest completely. Thank you.
Ma'am, could you spell your first name?
S-H-A-U-N-A.
I'm sorry, one more time, S-H-A?
U-N-A.
But I'm gonna ask the family members to head back into the room now. It's been a lot for them. Going back out, being in a second. Very nice. All right, thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. Let's get the word out.